So let's dive into something that is, well, one of the most frustrating human experiences out there. That feeling of being completely and totally misunderstood, especially when you're trying so hard to connect with someone. You know the moment, right? You finally get your thoughts together, you take a deep breath, you open up to explain what's been on your mind. But instead of that aha moment of connection, you just hit a brick wall. The whole conversation just dies, or even worse, it blows up, and you both end up feeling even further apart than when you started. And that question just hangs in the air afterwards, doesn't it? Why don't they hear me? You know you're talking, you're using words, but it's like they're just vanishing into thin air. So what is actually going on here? Okay, first things first, let's get one thing perfectly clear. If this sounds familiar, you are not broken. This isn't some personal failure, it's a communication breakdown. And believe me, it happens to pretty much everyone. So let's really dig into what this feels like, because I think putting a name to that pain is the absolute first step to figuring out how to fix it. It's just draining, isn't it? Always feeling like you have to battle to be understood. It can make you feel totally invisible, like your whole inner world just doesn't count. And over time, that just makes you want to shut down and stop sharing at all. It honestly feels like you're on one radio station and they're tuned into a completely different one. So what's the real problem? What's the hidden culprit here? Well, it's not about who has the better argument or who's smarter or who's right. It's about something way more basic, a little thing we're going to call the safety switch. And this idea, it changes everything. We get so caught up thinking the problem is about who's a better speaker or who can make the best points. But the real truth is, it's all about the emotional atmosphere. A conversation lives or dies based on one thing. Do people feel safe? So what do I mean by emotional safety? Well, think of it like this. It's when listening becomes way more important than winning. It's that feeling, that deep down knowledge that you can be open, you can be vulnerable, and you're going to be heard, not attacked. Because the second that safety disappears, our brains just flip a switch. We go into defense mode, we stop actually hearing what the other person is saying, and instead, we start cooking up our comeback. The goal isn't connection anymore. The goal is winning. Okay, so if a lack of safety is the problem, how in the world do we build it? Well, the good news is you don't need a degree in psychology. There's some really simple, practical tools we can all use. Let's walk through 3 of them. Think of these as the fundamental building blocks for a safe conversation. They seem really small, I know, but trust me, they are game changers. We're talking about using I statements, repeating back what you hear, and picking the right moment to even have the conversation. Let's start with tool number 1. An I statement completely changes the game because it removes the accusation. See? It's not an attack, it's just a report from your inner world. And nobody can argue with how you feel. It's your feeling. And just look at the night and day difference here. You always, the second those words leave your mouth, the other person's defenses are up. But I feel, that's an invitation. It brings them into your world instead of pushing them into a corner. It shifts the whole thing from a fight to, well, a chance to understand each other. It's all about owning your experience. Now for tool number 2, which is so simple but so powerful. Just saying something like, okay, let me make sure I'm getting this. What I'm hearing is, that's not about just mimicking them. It sends a huge signal. It says, I'm trying. I care enough to get this right. That act alone is incredibly validating. And finally, timing. Oh my gosh, timing is everything. Trying to have a really tough conversation when you're already angry or stressed out or bone tired, it's like trying to build a sandcastle during a tidal wave. It's just not going to work. You have to wait for a moment of calm if you want any shot at actually building something together. All right, as we start to wrap up, I just want to leave you with one last really important thought to hold on to as you go out and try these things. Please, let this one sink in. This isn't just you being needy or selfish. The desire to feel seen and understood by another person, that is a fundamental human need. It's right up there with food and water. It's wired into us. So often, we just stay quiet because we're terrified of being called difficult or too sensitive just for asking for a little clarity. But wanting to understand and be understood is not a character flaw. In fact, it's the exact opposite. When you push for that kind of clear, connected communication, you're being honest, you're showing respect for yourself, and you're showing respect for the relationship. And really, that's the big takeaway here. This isn't about one person having all the answers or fixing everything. It's about 2 people agreeing to just slow down, to turn off the defense alarms, and to make connection more important than being right. It's about building a safe place together.